mother.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it's been a while. It feels like the male feminist allies out there have been laying low. Maybe it has something to do with the rash of convictions of many of their peers. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't possibly say why. But over the weekend, Melonie Mac, who is a host for GameStop TV, got into a little tizzy with a male feminist ally and former game developer of EverQuest, and it was hilarious. So strap in for one of the greatest instant karmas or instant regret moments I've seen on the internet in a long time. A lot of you ask what's going on with the art behind me. You'll see different art displays rotating in and out for this entire month. Well, that's because this month's sponsor is Display. They put together some of the highest quality prints on metal. Check out Display using my link in the description below, and you'll get some awesome offers, and you'll see curated content, stuff that I've picked out for you. Comics, cool stuff, TV shows, movies, Star Wars, video games, cars, and so much more. So head on over to the link in the description below to get your Display today. So, Grums actually, Mark Curran informed me what was going on, and ultimately it was a hilarious conversation that started out basically around Tomb Raider and all of the various things with Tomb Raider. And you know how male feminist allies like to get worked up when females look female in video games, when they're attractive. They really don't like their narratives getting holes poked in them. So there was a thread that started out that said, you know, why can't they make something with the modern Tomb Raider? She looks amazing. Then you had game developer Eric Wiley say, because my industry is trying to move beyond the sexist mentality of its former mindset. I, for one, love that women are not objectified as objects as much as I am more than happy with the new character model. Talking about the kind of toned down look of Lara Croft due to, in my opinion, ugly people wanting other people to look ugly. I know you may not agree with that take, but it is my strong belief that the type of social justice folks that obsess over beautiful women are just, to be honest with you, just jealous. Every time I find somebody who's griping about, but where are her organs? I look at them and they're all just deeply unattractive people. And I'm a firm believer in the crabs in a bucket mentality. Some of you, if you've been a subscriber to this channel for a long time, you remember or you've heard me talk about crabs in a bucket. And essentially it's the whole premise that fishermen put crabs in a bucket. They don't put a lid on it. Why don't they put a lid on it? It's because the crabs inside are always pulling the other crabs back in so they don't need to.
Oh. Oh, Ma!
Humans are like this too. They don't like to see other people succeed. They don't like to see other people happy. I mean, generally these people are also unhappy and selfish individuals, but I also find that these are also the type of people complaining about beautiful women in video games. I digress. Melonie Mac replies saying, if you consider that picture to be objectifying, then it sounds like a personal problem you might want to check yourself on. Zing. And then when a male feminist ally such as Eric gets called out by a female, in particular a beautiful one, it's like a double burn. So then he replies, a host for GameStop, cute title. Instead of trolling, maybe you can reread the statement and point out, and the point I was making, the industry has tried to mature instead of playing we knew better and didn't care card. To Melonie Mac replies, nice patronizing, my dude. Don't even talk to me about sexism until you learn how to respect women yourself. Golly. Absolute destruction. So what does hero Eric Wiley do? What does absolute gamma male Eric Wiley do? Not only tagged in her company, GameStop, trying to get her fired, but called to do the same.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
He then replies, "Hey, GameStop, do you really want people like this representing your company? Seriously, dude? Like, seriously. This coming from a dude that developed EverQuest, which had some of the bustiest women I've ever seen in modern video games."
Enemy on board! Maximum alert!
This is the same guy that just a few days ago wrote, "With a new year around the corner, who will stand with me to enrich people's lives instead of tearing them down? Oopsie doopsie poopsie."
Uh-oh. Stinky poop.
And of course, after such an epic BTFO by Melonie Mac, absolute hero Eric Wiley has protected his account. In fact, I haven't seen a screenshot of it, but I do remember seeing it myself, that he explicitly threatened to call authorities because he was getting so much backlash. He went on to say, sorry, I missed his double down, saying, "I have contacted GameStop regarding a certain host, and if her fans don't back off, lawyers will be contacted." There it is. If her fans don't back off. Well, Eric Wiley, you are choosing, by the way, to be a public figure. You are choosing to air an opinion, and I am choosing to use my platform to disagree with that opinion. Now, I would never tell my viewers to go and make fun of you and draw memes of you. He then goes on to continue to double down and say, at GameStop, "I just had a lovely conversation with your corporate office. Let's not make things escalate any more than they already have." This dude, this male feminist ally, is literally threatening Melonie Mac. That's what he's doing, to be clear. He is threatening her. He is trying, first of all and foremost, to get her fired, which this has an unfortunate history of working. So the frustrating thing about all of this is that all the people watching this video laugh at male feminist ally Eric. We all know that he was completely blown out. But the sad fact is that all too often, especially nowadays, these internet-facing companies will respond to this type of backlash. No matter how much of a douche nozzle this guy is being, GameStop is still likely to reconsider supporting Melonie Mac. Not that she needs me to defend her, just like PewDiePie doesn't need me to defend them. But I'm willing to because I know that they can't. That they can't make a response video and double down and destroy these people because it would look suspect to their bosses. GameStop may allow this transgression of Melonie to exist, but if she responds, then she could be in trouble. And it absolutely sucks. This is someone that receives a ton of backlash for liking a beautiful picture of a beautiful woman. That's her crime. Melonie Mac dared to like a beautiful rendition of Lara Croft. A game, by the way, that a lot of experts tried to claim was pandering until she aptly pointed out in an absolute devastating own that Tomb Raider's audience was in fact 40% female. She posts, "This is why I don't like to see men policing what's deemed sexist against women in games. They pretend they're fighting for women when they can't handle a woman showing them facts without getting butthurt. Maybe fix your own sexism before telling women what to be offended by." Of course, here's another hilarious, absolute destruction. Nuked from orbit. Melonie Mac says, Tomb Raider 1 had a 40% female player base, which is monumental. The Tomb Raider community has a massive woman and LGBTQ fan base. That's what makes it frustrating when straight men try to talk down on the classic Lara Croft. You seem uneducated on the franchise's history. To which Eric responds, let's see these logistics. Facts and no Google doesn't count. Yeah, Google doesn't count. Actual research found on Google doesn't count because it might prove big-brained, huge-brained.
Big brain. Very big, very large brain.
Gigantic brained.
Just so we're clear, that is not big brain. That is despicable brain.
Eric wrong. To which Melonie replies, according to Eidos, over 40% of original Tomb Raider audiences was unexpectedly female. Rip! That's what you get. Absolute destruction. And of course, he blocks her. What a strong male feminist ally Eric truly is. Melonie, I hope you don't get any more flack over this. I don't know you, but I will defend you. Because I, as you all know, are the true shining white knight, the true male feminist ally in the internet video games community. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.